About 2 weeks ago, LeBron James made his shocking decision to join the Philadelphia 76ers and propel them into one of the biggest threats to win the NBA championship this year. But my video today isn't talking about the 76ers and how their future season may entail. I'm here to talk about the four teams that lost out on the LeBron James sweepstakes. And some of these teams will still be fine in the future, but some of these teams in missing out on LeBron are in dire straits. The Minnesota Timberwolves were never really a true contender in the LeBron James sweepstakes. It was just one of those teams that we as NBA fans thought was going to be really fun to watch if LeBron joined them because the fit between Minnesota and LeBron was definitely one of the best ones out there. He fit perfectly into Minnesota's needs and how they play as a team. LeBron would have done a great job there, but they don't get him. But they've still had a very strong offseason in my eyes. Going and getting LaMelo Ball was a great move in my opinion. If he stays healthy, that turns into a complete and utter steal for them because then those picks that they traded will be late first round picks. They won't turn into very much. They've still got a strong roster. They're going to need some depth. They're going to need some forwards, but they've been one of the best teams in the Western Conference over the last few years. I don't see that changing anytime soon. The only question mark that comes to Minnesota is how much does Anthony Edwards want to stay there? Because if he commits there long term, then Minnesota is going to be fine. But if he isn't committed long term, then it becomes a little more murky and interesting for them. But I think Ant's going to stay. I think the Timberwolves are fine. Out of all the teams in the LeBron sweepstakes that didn't get him, I think Minnesota is in by far the best situation. One of the most linked teams to LeBron throughout the entire sweepstakes was the Miami Heat. After their massive trade acquisition to go get Giannis Antetokounmpo, trading pretty much all of their young core, not named Nikola Jovic and Tyler Hero, to the Miami Heat for both Giannis and Bobby Portis. That is a move that propels Miami into a higher echelon of teams in the Eastern Conference. They are clearly better than they were last year. They are trying to make one more big push, and as Pat Riley said, he wanted to try and land the other plane in getting LeBron James. The rumor mill was swirling when that YouTube intern accidentally posted that video online of the LeBron press conference, and then LeBron didn't sign there a few days later, and they probably took that intern out back and sent him out execution style. Is probably what the fans in Miami did and what Pat Riley did, because Riles don't play, and he is probably not too thrilled that this second plane has not been landed, because while I do think that Miami is far better than they were last year, I still don't think they're in that super top echelon of teams in the Eastern Conference. They're good. They have Giannis. They have Bam Adebayo. They have some solid guards, but not elite guards. They've got Nikola Jovic. They've got Andrew Wiggins. They've got solid players, but if you stack them up against teams like New York, against teams like Philly, against still arguably Boston and Detroit and other teams, you may not win a bunch of those series. I don't know how the Heat are going to stack up against those upper echelon teams in the Eastern Conference, especially since I think they have a massive shooting issue right now. Their best shooter is their free agent acquisition, Tim Hardaway Jr., and if that's your best shooter, I don't know, man. I just don't. They can clearly get better. They've still got some maneuvering around the aprons, but Miami isn't super great. They aren't a true title contender, in my opinion, especially now that they haven't gotten LeBron. But I still do think that they are in a better situation than they were a few months ago. The Golden State Warriors are cooked. They're just absolutely cooked. It seemed like that they were one of the most rumored teams by these insider sources and these anonymous sources that they were going to make this big splash to get guys like Anthony Davis or Kyrie Irving or somebody to pair in Golden State and lure LeBron over there. But Anthony Davis wanted to stay in Washington. Nothing ever surfaced. No moves have been made in Golden State. And LeBron just looked at it and was like, no thanks. I want to go win a championship. And you guys clearly are not even close to that. So LeBron decided to never really even consider Golden State. And even Steve Kerr said it, that LeBron was never really thinking about Golden State. It was never really on the board like that because the Warriors couldn't make a move. And now they are just stuck in no man's land. They have an aging Steph Curry who's still a great player. He's still a top 2 shooter in the league. It's him or Con Kneppel. It's one of those two who's the best shooter in the NBA. And he's still an elite player. He's still an all-star level guy. He's still one of the best point guards in the entire league. But they've got nothing around him. Draymond declined his player option to try and allure LeBron and give the Warriors cap flexibility, but once he realized the Warriors were making no moves, he decided, fine, I'm taking my $27 million contract, and that's what he got. The Warriors have pretty much decided to wave the white flag on any moves to be made, and they're just giving up. And are they going to trade Steph Curry? Is he really not going to be a lifelong Warrior? As, again, there are rumors and sources clamoring around saying that that may happen. I don't think it will. I think Curry's going to be a lifelong Warrior. But the fact that that's even being said as a rumor right now is just crazy. And it shows you just how much the Warriors have fallen apart. They're an aging core. They're just getting older and older. They're not making any moves right now. Are they trying to win? Are they trying to lose? I have no clue what the Warriors' direction is. They're stuck in no man's land, which is the worst place to be in all of basketball. And without getting LeBron and without trying to make one last big push with Curry, they are just stuck and screwed right now with a bunch of old men and bad contracts. And the last team to talk about is the team that I thought LeBron was going to go to for almost all these last few weeks of sweepstakes, and it was the Cleveland Cavaliers. I really thought that he was going to go back home a third and final time. I thought it made sense to his story. I thought the fit made sense. Cleveland needs another wing. They have 2 guards. They have 2 bigs. The wing in LeBron would have fit in very well. But LeBron left him at the altar once again. And I think there's a few reasons for this. I think that he liked Darius Garland a lot more than he likes James Harden. I do think that LeBron doesn't like Harden at all. That's all speculative, though. I have no definitive proof on that, but I don't think that LeBron likes Harden's play style at all, and I also do think that he thought that Philadelphia was just a better fit for him roster-wise, and that he truly wants to go win a championship. Those are probably the 2 big reasons why he didn't go there. We probably will never know the full reason, but that's just my opinion. But back on topic to where the Cavaliers stand right now. They're coming off of getting swept in the Eastern Conference Finals by the Knicks last year. They blew some of those games in just insane ways. The power of Danhausen is just unreal, man. When you're cursed, you are cursed, man. But Cleveland is getting worse. The Cavaliers have lost Dean Wade. They've lost parts of their roster. I mean, Keon Ellis didn't really play, but the Cavaliers have lost depth. They haven't really gone out and made an acquisition outside of Mario Hezonja, who hasn't been in the NBA in like half a decade, so who knows? Maybe he comes back from the EuroLeague and is a baller, but he could just be one of those guys who's great in Europe, not really that good in the NBA. So we'll see on that part, but it seems like Cleveland's taking a step down right now, and missing out on LeBron is going to be not as bad for them as it is for Golden State, but it's going to be really bad for them because they have nobody to replace LeBron's talent. They have no true cap flexibility at this point. They're waiting for Harden to re-sign, so they're going to try and get one of the remaining free agents that are currently out there. Maybe they'll go get Jonathan Kuminga. That would be my current prediction at this point, that the Cavaliers are going to go get Kuminga. They'll try and use him as their LeBron replacement in a sense. Like, he'll just fit that wing point. Of course, he won't be as good as him at all, but Kuminga's a solid player. He'll be a nice little stopgap, but I see Cleveland in a similar way that I see Miami at this point now. They'll be good. They'll be very good. But are they championship contender good? I personally don't think so. But only time will tell on that one. But losing out on LeBron, in my opinion, is a gargantuan loss for the Cavaliers. It is insane how much a 41-year-old LeBron James's decision played ramifications league-wide. It just is a testament to how phenomenal his longevity is, whether you believe he's the greatest basketball player of all time or not. The one thing you cannot argue is he's had the greatest longevity out of any NBA player that we have ever seen before. But that's all I got for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Have a great rest of your day or night, and God bless.